As some of you know, I do not like throwing shade at fellow content creators, streamers, or throwing any hate towards anybody's way. I don't like the drama on YouTube, and I just try to mind my own business, play my games, cover Red Dead Online, Grand Theft Auto Online, and anything else I happen to be in. And everyone is entitled to their opinion. But I have to say something about this latest topic that's come out. Several other YouTubers, big and small, have been coming up with videos. And shout out to both Snake and Red and my Discord for bringing this to my attention. That there is a belief out there that Rockstar is quote-unquote killing Red Dead Online. First off, when you say that Rockstar is officially killing Red Dead Online and you don't provide any actual proof that they're killing Red Dead Online, or a statement or an inside source or leaked confidential information, then it's just a clickbait title. Now, if you ask the question, is Rockstar killing off Red Dead Online, then okay, that's fine. Just nitpicking at the title. But the truth is, it's not the case. Rockstar is not killing Red Dead Online. And some of the points in these videos I watched, I did agree with, and they were very well put together. But obviously, I disagree with other points as well. And everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not calling names out. I'm not going to do anything like that. And if you disagree with me, you're welcome to disagree with me. If you think that Rockstar is killing Red Dead Online, then feel free and make your case below in the comments section. My opinion about it is simple. Red Dead Online is still a relatively new online experience. And the comparison that was used was between Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, I myself have compared Red Dead Online to Grand Theft Auto Online numerous occasions. But here's the big difference. Grand Theft Auto Online is over 5 years old. Grand Theft Auto Online has had at least 30-something updates in its lifespan, whereas Red Dead Online is less than a year old. And it just officially came out of beta over a month ago. And it does take time for Rockstar to make content and updates for games, such as Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online. They just can't whip it together in 5 seconds. They have to make the content. They have to test it. They have to do their best to debug it. And yes, I agree that there are issues with Red Dead Online when it comes to bugs and glitches. That's something that really irks me, especially when others take advantage of the glitches in order to make money and gold in the game. But it does take time, and it's about patience. And you have to bear in mind that Rockstar is currently working on 2 online games at the moment, not just one. They are currently putting the finishing touches on the casino update for Grand Theft Auto Online. So obviously, a lot of their focus is on the casino update. Now, I realize they probably are big enough to have multiple teams, one team working on Red Dead Online content, another team working on Grand Theft Auto Online content. They probably work together, collabing on some issues that are bound to come up when it comes to these updates and bugs and issues and glitches in order to fix them. But for the most part, there's probably at least a couple different teams divided up between Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online. But overall, the promotional campaign is the same. They're focusing on getting the hype up for the casino update. Well, I know we haven't really seen much in that regard, but they're gearing us towards the casino update for Grand Theft Auto Online, followed by the summer update, which they've already announced that we're going to get a summer update to Red Dead Online. And it's probably going to come sometime after the casino update. So let's just say that the casino update either drops July 18th or the 25th of July in Grand Theft Auto Online. It'll probably be at least a few weeks before we get the summer update for Red Dead Online, because they want to kind of have a space in between the 2 updates for the 2 separate games in order to give both equal promotion. And the fact that if you go back to Grand Theft Auto Online, because I've been playing Grand Theft Auto Online since launch, October 2013, back on the Xbox 360 over the past 5 years, it really wasn't a whole game for about 2 years. I mean, there were various updates, like St. Valentine's Massacre, Business Update, High Life, I'm Not a Hipster, Independence Day, a couple others. It added more content. It added vehicles and clothing and some weapons. but it never quite felt whole as a game until about 2 years after launch, give or take, in, what was it, March 2015, with the Heist update. That's when a big piece of Grand Theft Auto Online that was missing was finally added, because it took Rockstar a while to build the Heist update. In fact, the story that has come out in interviews is they actually had to scrap Heist and rebuild it a few times because the first couple versions of Heist in Grand Theft Auto Online didn't work properly. So they had to tear it down, rebuild it, tear it down again, until they finally got it functional enough for release March 2015 for Grand Theft Auto Online. At the same time, they were also working on next-gen ports, PS4, Xbox One. Then, of course, they had another team working on the PC port for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. They have a massive, big company, Rockstar, one of the biggest developers in the world. They have two big outlets, in North in Scotland, San Diego, obviously in San Diego, plus a few smaller satellites as well. Thousands of employees at the very least. And a lot of work is being put towards this content for these games, like Grand Theft Auto Online as well as Red Dead Online. I feel like it's still too early to call on Red Dead Online. Now, a few months ago, before the quote-unquote beta officially ended for Red Dead Online, I made a similar video like this called Red Dead Online is Not Doomed. And I stand by that. Even though there are times when it feels like nothing is really happening in the game and we're all patiently waiting for new content, new horses and weapons and new hats and clothing and new modes and new additions to the Land of Opportunity missions, as well as properties to purchase and other stuff too, like the roles that they promoted that we're going to be able to try out, like the bounty hunter, as well as the trader, the collector. Those are three of the roles that are coming with the summer update, along with who knows what else they got planned for us. But at the same time, it is still in the early days of Red Dead Online, whereas Grand Theft Auto Online has been out for, like I said, well over 5 years and countless updates. Not countless, but easily over 30 updates. And Red Dead Online technically has only had one official update. They had some small ones here and there during the beta, but the major update was when it went from beta to Red Dead Online just over a month ago. And there was some issues throughout the beta. Griefing was a problem, but they started tweaking that. And especially with the defensive mode they added with Red Dead Online when it officially went out of beta, it's made it a lot better for players that are more into PvE like myself. Those of us that just want to hunt and fish and do the dynamic missions as well as the stranger missions. Those of us that are not really into PvP, I think it's made it a lot better in Red Dead Online than it was before it came out of beta. And some talk about how things are better in Grand Theft Auto Online. Have you played Grand Theft Auto Online recently or over the past year? No, the griefing is way worse in Grand Theft Auto Online because we have to deal with lots of players flying around on the broomstick, aka the Oppressor Mark II, as well as being orbital cannoned and passive popping and all the other tricks and tactics that the tryhards and griefers in Grand Theft Auto Online like to use in public lobbies when other players are trying to grind or just trying to have some fun and drive around or fly around the game. So, yes, griefing is considerably worse in Grand Theft Auto Online than it is in Red Dead Online. It's actually gotten better in Red Dead Online, whereas it continues to get worse and worse in Grand Theft Auto Online. So there is kind of a difference there. Now, do I think that Red Dead Online is ever going to be as big or popular or have about the same lifespan as Grand Theft Auto Online has? No, I don't think so. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Red Dead Online will not be a success in its own right. I think it is going to be. I've always seen potential in Red Dead Online, despite its flaws, despite its issues, despite the birth pains that we have experienced throughout the beta period. Yes, it's had issues and bumps in the road along the way. But I still think that Red Dead Online is, before all it's said and done, is going to be a great online experience. It's just the waiting, as Tom Petty once said, is the hardest part. And yeah, it's harder to make money hunting and fishing because they did nerf that a little bit. They knocked down the prices throughout the beta. And some of us were not happy about that, myself included. But as long as you continue grinding when it comes to hunting and fishing and doing the stranger missions, dynamic missions, land of opportunity missions, as well as if you're into the PvP stuff like the Showdown series, take advantage of, XP and money and gold boosts, you definitely can make money in the game. You can get money and gold and XP and rank up. And now is a fantastic time to do it in Red Dead Online before the summer update drops, because I'm almost willing to bet that the first properties are going to be included with the summer update. Not just the roles, but there'll probably be a new horse that's going to be the horse to buy, that's going to be able to take out the three kingdoms that my friend Kane likes to call them, the Arabians as well as the Turkmens, the Foxtrotters. Those are the top horses right now in Red Dead Online. But it's only a matter of time before there's better horses. And I think by the summer update, we'll have probably a little bit better horse that everyone will start wanting to purchase and ride around with. Not to mention some weapons, clothing, hats, as well as properties. So now is a great time to get into Red Dead Online. And all the issues that we had throughout the beta, those are not as bad as they were. There's still definitely problems that persist in this game. There's people that get disconnected all the time, and hopefully Rockstar's working behind the scenes on the server issues. But this game is way better off than it was at launch. It still has a long ways to go. It's far from dead, and I don't think that Rockstar is killing Red Dead Online. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So I think that at the very least, it's going to have a 2 to 3 year lifespan, maybe longer, depending on the success of Red Dead Online. And there's a lot of people still playing Red Dead Online. The daily challenges keep people coming back because you're earning XP, you're earning some pretty decent gold, especially if you keep doing it every day. You can get up to half a bar of gold for each daily challenge you accomplish, and there's 7 dailies every day, so that's a lot of gold every day you can do, and a lot of XP along with everything else in the game. Now, is it starting to get a little repetitive? Yeah, I mean, I will be the first to admit that there are days when I don't feel like hunting or fishing, and I just want to knock out what dailies I can do and then just go off and do something else. But I have faith in this game that it will continue to get better with each update, and the summer update will be here before the end of the summer, and I think it's going to add considerable more content to the game, and I think every single update coming for Red Dead Online is going to do just that. More properties, more roles, more horses, hopefully more room for stables, more outfit slots for us, as well as more weapons, more usefulness of the camp, maybe some changes to the world of Red Dead Online itself that makes it feel more alive. So I'm hoping that Rockstar is listening to our feedback, and I don't think that they're planning on abandoning Red Dead Online anytime soon. I humbly, respectfully disagree with anyone that feels otherwise. And like I said, fellow content creators and streamers have a right to their opinions, just like I have mine. And you have a right to make your videos saying that Rockstar is killing Red Dead Online, which I 100% disagree with, because for one thing, I think they've put a lot of time, man, woman power, and money behind Red Dead Online, and they want it to be a success, just like they want Grand Theft Auto Online to continue being a success. And like I said, I'm sure they're very realistic about Red Dead Online. They know it's not going to be at the same level of Grand Theft Auto Online because there's so much more you can do in Grand Theft Auto Online. There's planes, helicopters, tanks, and all sorts of other things in that game. And Red Dead Online is time-based. It's set in the 1890s. Now, eventually, will they make it a little bit crazier with Dragic and add some steampunk stuff? Maybe they'll add some mythical horses similar to previous Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, like the Horses of the Apocalypse, or Unicorn, Zombie Horse, a Pegasus perhaps. I'm sure eventually with future updates for Red Dead Online, we'll start to see more quote-unquote variety to the game. But the first few updates, it's going to feel a lot more realistic. But I think probably, if I'm going to make a prediction, I would say by Halloween, we'll probably see something interesting. I just get a feeling that there may be like a mythical horse that we'll be able to purchase around Halloween. It would make sense. Plus, I'm a huge Halloween fan, and maybe they'll add some masks as well. So there's definitely a lot of stuff they need to add to Red Dead Online, and it's not perfect. It has bugs. We all know this. We're not looking at this game with rose-colored glasses. By the way, it would be cool if we could actually have glasses and monocles eye patches for Red Dead Online. So that's something else a lot of us want as well. But we all see the potential, those of us that play Red Dead Online almost every day, those of us that are part of the Red Dead Online community, despite its flaws, despite its issues, despite some of the problems it may have, we see the potential, and that's why we still play it. That's why we're still looking forward to the summer update. So, yes, Rockstar has no intention of killing Red Dead Online. And one other point I'll make is, when it comes to Rockstar not being very transparent, I agree. I really wish that they would do a little bit better job of keeping the communities of Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online informed. Case in point, with the casino update, we've been waiting patiently for a little bit of information, some screenshots, perhaps even a release date. But at the time of me recording this video, we have yet to get any information regarding the casino update for Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, before I wrap up real quick, I did leave my response a few hours ago in the YouTube community tab, and already some of you have left your thoughts as well. So let's read your thoughts and see what you have to say. Some of you I've already responded to, but I'll respond to the rest of you right now. Let's see, Kyle says, I've had my problems with Red Dead Online, still do. However, I believe that each update is getting a little better and will hopefully win some people back. I agree. Would I rather have single-player DLC or even a Red Dead Redemption remake? Absolutely. Over the Red Dead or Online updates, of course I would. Ideally, a perfect world. You could have both. I think that could be the plan. I mean, we don't know what Rockstar's up to because they're not very transparent. But, yes, Rockstar doesn't seem interested in making DLC for single player. I don't know. I think that maybe, just maybe with the feedback they've gotten regarding Grand Theft Auto 5 not getting story mode DLC, maybe they'll give us, at the very least, a remaster of Red Dead Redemption 1, because coming up in May 2020, it's the 10-year anniversary, and it would also serve as like a expansion for Mexico in Red Dead Redemption as well as Red Dead Online. See, as long as they generally try to improve the online and make an amazing experience and don't fall into the greed of microtransactions, then Kyle will support them like you always have, as will I. Okay, so Mike, there's still a lot of people who claim Grand Theft Auto Online is dead. That's true. What a joke it is. I feel Grand Theft Auto Online will not die, or at least not as slowed down until Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and launches their version of online. Then again, you know, it's always possible that, similar to World of Warcraft, that they'll just segue and just make an expansion map or maps based off of Grand Theft Auto Online 6 and do all that sort of thing. I would like that, because that means that we would keep our vehicles and our property and still be able to drive around southern San Andreas, but we could go to other places, maps featured in Grand Theft Auto 6, whatever those maps or map happens to be. Let's see, Bagman, I don't listen to other people's opinions. If they are so set on one thing, I just play games I want to. I don't know why people think that they know the game is dead if they don't even play it. If they don't like the game, then they should move on to a new game that they do like, because Red Dead isn't for everyone, but it's still only a fresh game in the industry. GTA started out the same way, and look at it now. It's a very actively played game. That's right, over 5 years later. It has its flaws, but it's certainly not dead, and neither is Red Dead Online. Okay, so let's see what Toast Track Man has to say. After the recent gold cash glitch where players cheated to get everything the game has to offer, I'm on the verge of packing the game in. I've played since the game release and grinded it to the rank of 196, and by legit, me too. I'm a legit grinder as well, and it does piss me off when other players do that sort of thing. And for what I get is just, let's see, Rockstar to screw it up with the glitches and give noobs hundreds of dollars worth of gold in the stores for real money, enough cash so they don't need to grind. Now there's nothing else for them to do but go around griefing others. Pressing charges is a joke because the money is no object to them now, sick of greedy companies and even greedier players. And unfortunately, there is that issue, and there are content creators and streamers that are to blame. In fact, I'm going to bitch about it Friday morning in my fourth installment of my Red Dead Online poker series, plugging the poker series. And hopefully Rockstar will do something about the glitchers and all the money and gold that they've made, and there'll be consequences for it, I hope. But for those of you that are like me, that play the game honorably, that actually legitimately grind the game and earn your money and gold and XP the right way, then I salute each and every one of you. You are the real members of the Red Dead Online community. And finally, thank you so much, Great Gamer. Well said, GB. So that's a few people's thoughts in the community tab over on my channel. But I want to hear what you have to say about Red Dead Online. Do you think that it's being killed by Rockstar? Do you think that it still has some life in it? A few years perhaps? What are your views, opinions, thoughts regarding Red Dead Online? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with others who think it's dead? Or do you have your own point of view regarding this topic? Feel free and share with us your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding the future and fate of Red Dead Online below in the comments section.